Nikola Tesla. Today, he is often described as a forgotten genius, a man ahead of his time. But the real story is far more complex and far more tragic. Nikola Tesla was born in 1856 in Smiljan, a village that was part of the Austrian Empire at the time. His father was a Serbian Orthodox priest. His mother never received formal education, yet she built mechanical devices by hand and memorized epic poetry. Tesla later said, his mother was the true source of his intelligence. From a young age, Tesla experienced something unusual. He suffered from intense visual flashes, images appearing vividly in his mind, sometimes more real than physical objects. These visions were not imagination. They were involuntary, and they followed him throughout his life. Tesla studied engineering in Graz and Prague, but he never completed a formal degree. Not because he lacked ability, but because discipline and structure never suited him. What Tesla had instead was an extraordinary mind for systems. He could design entire machines in his head, simulate them mentally, and correct errors before ever touching physical components. In the early 1880s, Tesla moved to Paris and began working with electrical systems. In 1884, he arrived in New York with little money and a letter of recommendation. The letter was addressed to Thomas Edison. Tesla worked briefly for Edison, improving direct current generators. But the relationship collapsed quickly. Edison believed in direct current. Tesla believed in alternating current. This disagreement would become known as the War of Currents. Alternating current, a C, could travel long distances efficiently. Direct current, DC, could not. Tesla's system was superior. Eventually, Tesla partnered with George Westinghouse, and AC became the standard electrical system used around the world today. Niagara Falls, one of the first major hydroelectric power plants, ran on Tesla's alternating current. This was not theory. This was infrastructure. Tesla went on to invent or contribute to the AC induction motor, transformers, radio technology, remote control, wireless communication concepts, and high-voltage experiments that modern electrical engineering still relies on. Yet despite these contributions, Tesla never became wealthy. He sold his patent rights. He ignored contracts. He cared little for profit. What mattered to him was the idea. As years passed, Tesla became increasingly isolated. He believed electricity could be transmitted wirelessly through the Earth itself. He began building Wardenclyffe Tower with funding from J.P. Morgan. The goal was global wireless energy and communication. The funding stopped. The tower was never completed, and Tesla's reputation began to fade. By the 1930s, new inventors and companies dominated science and industry. Tesla refused to adapt. He lived alone, in New York hotels, feeding pigeons, avoiding human contact. He was obsessive. He avoided germs. He counted steps. He repeated rituals. Modern psychology suggests he likely suffered from obsessive-compulsive disorder, though he was never formally diagnosed. When Nikola Tesla died in 1943, he died alone, in debt, in obscurity. After his death, the US government seized his papers. Most were later returned to his family. Some remain classified even today. But the truth is simpler than the myths. Nikola Tesla was not a magician. He was not an alien. He did not invent free energy. He was something far more rare, a systems thinker who understood electricity before the world was ready to use it. Nikola Tesla, not a forgotten genius, a misunderstood one.